Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS in.form. I'm your host, Bill Potter. You may have heard of the Dubois County Leadership Academy and some of the projects they've done over the years. Well, this year's Leadership Academy has 3 teams. Joining us in the studio is one of the teams who is working on a project that you may want to help with. Joining us in the studio is Kabrea Robling. Also joining us is Jason Brondos. And you guys are one of 3 teams in the Dubois County Leadership Academy. First of all, could one of you tell us what is the Dubois County Leadership Academy for those who don't know?
Yeah, so the Dubois County Leadership Academy is a community-driven or community-led leadership program to help build the leaders for tomorrow. And what that is what we do is we go through 3-4 months of seminars, day-long seminars, and we learn about things about what a leader is, how to communicate better as a leader. And then we go through and we meet with local leaders. So people that we've met with this year have been Mayor von der Heide, the CEO of Springs Valley Bank, and then also smaller leaders like the owner of Traditional Arts in Ferdinand. And then ultimately what that culminates with is with us developing a community project to show off our leadership skills in the community.
Okay, and then what is your project? I don't want to take that because they have a great project. What is your project?
Our project is an inclusive carousel that will be placed at the Jaycee Park here in Jasper. The inclusive carousel is for everyone. It brings the children together. We found that there is a need for this equipment in our county and surrounding counties. Over 50% of the parks do not have this inclusive playground equipment, and we found that it's important to bring this to our community. When we were trying to figure out our idea of what our capstone project was, there, I think in Dubois, they already are putting the swings in place, so we're like, why don't we do something like that and help donate the money and raise the funds for this project.
Okay, and so this is a carousel. I'm an old guy. I call it a merry-go-round, which I don't even know if that's still a thing anymore. That somebody, let's say, in a wheelchair can go on, where before they couldn't have done that.
Yes.
And so you're needing money, obviously, to be able to do this project. So I guess there's 2 things you're trying to do. One is you got to raise the funds, then you got to coordinate the construction and the installation. Let's talk about the funds that you need.
Yeah, so we're asking for $10,000 that we're trying to fundraise here before August 15th. So if you can make checks payable to the Dubois County Leadership Academy, attention Chris James, and we have the address right here. I don't know if you'd show it or...
Yeah, we can. Sure, we'll put it on the screen, but what is it?
Okay, the address is 2065 Main Street, P.O. Box 7, Ferdinand, Indiana 47532. And in the memo line of your checks, if you do wish to do a donation, we just wish that you would put the inclusive playground in the memo line so the funds get to where they need to go. And the Optimist Club is also being a part of this, so we would like to recognize them. But this is really important, and I think it touches each of us.
And you're going to put this at Jaycee Park? Is that the plan?
Yes.
So you're really, I guess you're collaborating with the Optimist, but you're also with the Parks and Recreation Department?
Yeah, the Jasper Parks and Rec and also the Jasper JCs. We're all grouping up on this.
So if you want to mail that check and you forgot what the address was, we do have the story on our website. Yes. Or you can always call the station. We'll get you going in the right direction. But you're needing to raise $10,000, but does that really even cover the cost of this?
Unfortunately, it doesn't. This piece of equipment is very expensive, so it's the $10,000, I believe, is maybe half of what the inclusive playground equipment costs. So $10,000 we thought was a pretty hefty goal for our team and the timeline that we have. We're kind of on a short timeline with our capstone project. We're working under a little of 3 or 4 months. So our deadline for the donation is August 15th. So if you could please get your donations in by then, we would appreciate it.
I never would have thought about a merry-go-round for somebody in, say, a wheelchair. Of course, if you're not in that situation or you don't have kids in that situation, you may not understand how tough it is for them.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't want anyone to feel secluded, but it's not just for them too. I mean, anyone can go on the equipment too. So don't think it's just for someone in a wheelchair, but It's actually really cool looking. We've included a picture with it and everything, and I'd go and play on it for sure. Yeah.
Sure. Now, if somebody wants to become part of the Dubois County Leadership Academies, and generally it's younger people who are participating in that, businesses really kind of step up because whoever you work for has said, yeah, we're going to let them go away for so many hours every once a week, and that's a great thing. Why should somebody be part of the Dubois County Leadership Academy next year?
I mean, this has really made me grow as a professional, just doing this right now. But also just talking to people, growing those professional relationships, seeing behind the scenes of what it takes to become a leader and all of those connections that you need. I'm really enjoying this academy, and I'm grateful that my employer has placed me in it.
Yeah. Same for you, Jason?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, it's helped me gain a lot of perspective on, what a leader is, how other people view leaders. The first session that we did, we all went around and talked about who we thought of as a leader, and it normally actually wasn't who you would think of. I don't think anyone said like a CEO but they're constantly talking about like their parents or pastor, someone local, and I think that's really important to me. That we acknowledge that you can be a leader without going out and like owning a company or something like that.
There's probably a little bit of depth too that you're learning. Maybe doing a project like this, you didn't realize the depth it took to be able to go to the Parks Department and say, we need this much space, it needs to have this much concrete, whatever the project may be. And then you got to get your message out, so now we need to contact the local media, and oftentimes we find people don't realize. Right. All you got to do is call us, and you get us information, and we'll have you come on the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
So good luck with your project. They don't have a team name, so we're just going to call them Team A with the Dubois County Leadership Academy. And make sure on the memo line, if you do make a donation, you put Inclusive Playground, because there are 2 other teams, not that you're competing with them, but they also are needing money for the project that they're doing as well. Either of you want to add anything?
No. Again, if you would like to make a donation, the deadline is August 15th. Checks can be payable to the Dubois County Leadership Academy, attention Chris James, with the address of 2065 Main Street, P.O. Box 7, Ferguson, Indiana.
All right. Thank you very much. Our guests have been Kabrea Robling. Also joining us is Jason Brondos. They are with Team A from the Dubois County Leadership Academy, raising money for an inclusive piece of playground equipment at Jaycee Park. Thank you for watching 18 WJTS. We are local people watching local people.